future of the X-Men in the MCU. How optimistic are you that they'll get it right?
I'm not optimistic at all. I don't trust these fucks. I don't trust these fucks one bit. They're going to ruin it, and it's going to break my heart all over again. And that's the fucked up thing about being a fan of the X-Men. It's like, get ready to get your heart broken over and over again because people are just going to keep fucking it up. And you're just like, no, please. I just love these characters. So Absolutely. We'll see. I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I really hope I'm wrong. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, let's be real. Let's be honest. There's no news. We know nothing about X-Men in the MCU. Nothing.
Well, the only thing we saw is in the Marvels, though. They introduced Beast, Kelsey Grammer, doing the voice of a CGI Beast at the very end with another different multiverse nonsense. A whole other fucking bag of multiverse nonsense. And so I was just like, what is that?
Yeah. You know, and let's just say that it's a Marvel post-credit scene that may mean nothing.
Maybe nothing. Maybe
because they keep doing that now. They're putting post-credit scenes. They're at the end of Eternals. There was a post-credit scene about Blade. Pretty sure that's gonna be nothing. Plus, you have a celestial head. You have a half a celestial body sticking up out of the North Pole, and done nothing about that.
I skipped that movie. I was like, nope. Eternals, nope. I'm okay. Thank you. Quit trying to make the Eternals. Well, that's the thing too, is like at that time when they made the Eternals movie, like in the comic books, they were like literally like giving the mutants a plague, the Mpox, to kill them off because Fox still had the rights to the mutants and the X-Men. And so they were like, well, we don't want to give them any new storylines. So we're just going to punish the mutants in the comic books and push like the Terrigen Mist fuckers, whatever they're called, the Eternal people. And we're going to have a whole bunch of new Eternals type people and some Terrigen Mist bomb. And it was just like, and then it's just like, you're never going to make it happen. Like, you're not going to make the Eternals happen. Like, quit trying to make it happen.
Yeah.
You know, like X-Men is just, and then they finally got the rights back and they're like, okay, fine. We're going to stop killing them and sterilizing them and like giving them fucking disease. It's so awful. Again, that's what I'm saying. It's such a burden to be an X-Men fan. It's just like, no, please stop.
I know. It not only is it a burden to be an X-Men fan, but it's a burden to be an X-Men reader. And
Inhumans. That's it. Thank you. Inhumans. My brain's a little fried, guys. I was fired. I'm having a weird day. I cried at the new X-Men thing downstairs like not too long ago, so I'm a little scrambled. Sorry. I'm sorry. It's Inhumans. I'm sorry. You fucks. I see you. It's fine. Okay. Give me a break.
But it was, it was. Because I remember, I believe it was Marvel's attempt to create an X-Men without the X-Men because Fox owned it, and that they were going all in with the Inhumans.
Yeah.
And
yes.
I did buy a few issues, and I stopped because it was dumb. It was redundant.
It's so funny that like Miss Marvel was an Inhuman. The Terrigen Mist bomb thing happened and Miss Marvel came out of that, but then they retconned that, I think, and now she's a fucking mutant, which is like hilarious to me that they're like, no, she's mutant now, she's cool, and she's like, what? Get out of here. Really ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I will say, I think, we kind of preface the whole discussion about we're not going to go woke, but my biggest fear about the X-Men is the fact that the talk is already out there that the X-Men has always been an allegory it first started as an allegory of race, and now it's an allegory of the LGBT community.
Right.
And it was
it can be an allegory for anyone who's feels systematically oppressed. Yes.
Mm-hmm. But it's it is true. I mean it's much broader than just one specific group. It's about anyone who felt like a misfit or feels like a misfit, feels different.
100%. That's why, again, I was a creative growing up in a town of engineers and a family of engineers. I was a mutant, so like that's kind of where I got it from.
Yeah. And of my broad group of friends, everyone feels like a misfit.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what your skin color is, doesn't matter your gender, doesn't matter your orientation, doesn't matter whatever. I've met more people. I've overwhelmingly met more people who felt out of place, awkward, and like a misfit than I have people who felt self-confident. Like place. I don't.
That's true. But also too, it's like, I don't know, we're in LA. This is like the land of misfit toys.
Mhm.
Like this is where all the weirdos come. Like we congregate here in LA, but you go to other places. Like I was recently visiting my dad in Alabama, in a small town of Alabama, and like it's comfort through conformity, and like everybody goes to church and everybody does the thing, and they're married and they have kids, and like and they're seemingly pretty happy. And I'm not looking down upon that. And I don't think that's a terrible way to live. It's like I see the joy in that of just being like, hey, we all live here and we all kind of worship the same God and agree on things, and like everybody just kind of gets along mostly. And it's like, okay, well, that's nice. Like I didn't fit into all that very well. But you know, there are places where people are normal. Mm-hmm. It may not be in LA though.
Yeah. So what would Marvel Studios have to do to get X-Men right?
Okay, first of all, hire people who fucking understand and love the X-Men and have read the comic books. I think that's first and foremost. And I mean, that's for anyone who's working with the X-Men. Like, that was one of the things when they hired Grant Morrison to do the new X-Men run. This man knows and loves the X-Men. He understands fundamentally their personalities and their interpersonal relationships. And that's, like, key. And he did wacky, weird Grant Morrison things with them, but he didn't fundamentally change who they were. And so that's kind of, for me, like, find someone who knows and loves them and builds off of like what's already been put out there. You don't need to reinvent the fucking wheel, for sure.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, it just feels ridiculous.
Oh, there's a lot of Morrison haters in the fucking chat here. You guys don't know what you're talking about. A lot of Morrison haters in the chat. Whoa.
I know. Thankfully, I didn't. I'm
okay.
Cockrum and who's
Claremont,
and Cockrum.
Claremont, Byrne, and Cochran. Yeah. I would say, like, I would tap, and I don't know if he does screenwriting, but he's from the comic books. He did my last favorite run of X-Men, Jason Aaron, who is actually also an Alabamian. He did Wolverine in the X-Men comic, and I just absolutely loved it. And he understood it, and he's like, he put it in the school. It's just like, let's be in the school. And now, you know, the original X-Men are now the teachers, and then you have all these new mutant kids, and they're like dealing with all this stuff at the school. And it was really fun, and it was really great because now, like, Logan was like in charge, and he was the principal, and he's the last person who wants to do that, but he's, you know, doing it and trying his fucking best. And he's such a fish out of water with that, and it was so much fun. It was so good. So I would be like, hey man, get fucking Jason Aaron, call that motherfucker, because he gets the X-Men, and he is the person who wrote the last good run of X-Men comics, in my opinion.